platform world. Porter's 5 forces isn't the only classic management concept to be re-examined in HBR this year. 2 decades ago, Clayton M. Christensen introduced the theory of disruptive innovation. But since then, journalists, researchers, and business practitioners have misinterpreted its concepts and misapplied its principles. Uber, for instance, has been highlighted as a shining star of disruption. But does it truly fit the definition? In What is Disruptive Innovation?, Christensen and his co-authors, Michael Raynor and Rory McDonald, provide a primer on the theory, explain how it has evolved, and correct common misperceptions. Their article will help managers to understand how firms innovate successfully and to predict which new models will succeed. The next piece is an interview with a top business leader, how Indra Nooyi turned design thinking into strategy. HBR Editor-in-Chief Adi Ignatius asks the CEO of PepsiCo hard-hitting questions about how the company is using design to improve products and customer experiences. Moving beyond the basics of color choice on labels, Pepsi has examined how different segments of its customer base are responding to and using its products. Nooyi's story is less of a tale of product design, however, and more about managing change in an organization while creating a platform that encourages customer interaction. Identifying and understanding the needs of customers, this time consumers in the developing world, is a key element of Amos Winter and Vijay Govindarajan's McKinsey Award-winning article, Engineering Reverse Innovations. In 2009, Govindarajan first described the concept of reverse innovation, in which Western multinationals create products and services for emerging markets first and then export them to developed countries. This article explains how to escape the 5 traps companies often fall into while attempting to innovate for the developing world, drawing on the experiences of a team that built a successful, low-priced wheelchair. The cost of goods may be a major concern in poorer countries, but for companies in the United States, the amount spent on health care is even more challenging. The Employer-Led Healthcare Revolution by Patricia A. McDonald, Robert S. Mecklenburg, and Lindsay A. Martin describes how Intel and a healthcare institution teamed up to transform the local healthcare system. By using its purchasing power and working directly with care providers, health plan administrators, insurers, and other employers, Intel was able to streamline healthcare operations, creating low-cost options for both employers and patients. In this article, the authors identify the ingredients of this successful experiment in the hope that other large employers can follow its example. Negotiations are an everyday event in business, whether they're about prices from a vendor or schedules for clients. But when they take place between people from different cultures, the dynamics become much more complex and miscommunication is more common. It's all too easy to damage relationships irreversibly. Our next piece, Getting to Si, Ya, We, Hai, and Da, by INSEAD professor Aaron Meyer, provides 5 rules of thumb for negotiating across cultures. From building trust with your counterpart to understanding the subtle messages in emotional outbursts, Meyer's advice illuminates how to strike the right balance and reach that final agreement, and make it stick. Empathy, the art of understanding others' needs and responding with compassion, is essential to motivating colleagues, calming upset customers, and designing innovative products. But frequent demands for empathy can exhaust your workers and even cause them to make unethical decisions. In The Limits of Empathy, Adam Waits of the Kellogg School of Management suggests simple strategies to encourage your team to empathize in a more healthy, sustainable way. Businesses